He wasn't supposed to see the video. It had less than 1,000 views, buried under millions of others. But somehow, it found him. Adrian Cole stared at his phone, his hands slowly tightening around it. As the voice in the video spoke again. Low, painfully familiar. Because it wasn't just similar to his voice. It was his voice. This is the story of a man who spent years running from his past. Only to hear it speak back to him. In a voice he could no longer ignore. Adrian Cole was a man who believed in control. Control over his time, his work, his emotions. He built his life carefully. A successful consulting firm. A modern apartment overlooking the city. A schedule so full it left no room for distractions, or attachments. People respected him, but no one really knew him. And that was exactly how he wanted it. Because knowing someone meant remembering them. And Adrian had spent years trying to forget. It was past midnight when he saw it. He wasn't searching for anything, just scrolling, mindlessly. Until the video stopped him. A man sat in a dimly lit room, his face partially hidden. His voice steady, but heavy. I thought I had more time. Adrian froze. Something about that line felt too close. Too personal. He replayed it, then again. Then the next line came. You don't realize what you're losing, until it's no longer there. Adrian's chest tightened. Because those weren't just words. They were thoughts he had never spoken out loud. But had lived with for years. And then it hit him, the voice. He paused the video. Listened again, closed his eyes, listened again. No. This wasn't possible. But it was. The tone, the pauses, the way the words fell apart at the end of each sentence. It was him, or at least. It sounded exactly like him. Adrian checked the upload date. 3 days ago. He checked the account. No name. No profile picture. Just one video. Just that voice. His voice. He couldn't let it go. All night, he replayed the video. Trying to find something. Anything, a clue. Background noise, accent shift, breathing pattern. Something to prove it wasn't him. But the more he listened, the more certain he became. This wasn't coincidence, this was connected to him. To his life, to something he had buried. And for the first time in years, Adrian felt something he couldn't control, unease. The next morning, he didn't go to work. Didn't answer calls. Didn't check emails. He traced the video's origin. Location tags, IP clues, anything he could find. It led him to a small town, hours away. He didn't think twice. He just drove. The town was quiet. Almost too quiet. Adrian stopped at a small bookstore cafe. The kind of place people passed without noticing. Inside, a young boy sat by the window, drawing. He looked up as Adrian entered. And without hesitation, he said. You came back. Adrian stopped. What? The boy shrugged. You look like someone who left, and then came back. Adrian frowned. Do I know you? The boy shook his head. No, but you look like someone who forgot something important. The boy's name was Noah. 8 years old. Quiet, but observant, too observant. Adrian sat across from him. Not because he wanted to. But because something about the boy felt familiar. Noah kept drawing. Then said, why do adults leave, and act like nothing happened? Adrian's throat tightened. They don't always mean to leave. Noah looked up. But they still do. Adrian stayed longer than he planned. Long enough to learn. Noah lived nearby with someone who used to talk about a man who was supposed to come back. But never did. Adrian's chest felt heavy. Who? He asked quietly. Noah hesitated. Then said. He used to say, you'd come back when you were ready. Adrian froze. Noah reached into his bag. Pulled out a phone. Opened a video. The same video. But this one was longer. Clearer. And at the end, the man finally showed his face. Adrian felt the world shift, because it wasn't a stranger. It was someone he knew. Someone he had left behind, years ago. The voice, the words, the message, it wasn't random. It was meant for him. A message recorded not out of anger, but out of truth. And Noah looked at him and said. He never stopped waiting. That was the moment Adrian broke. Not loudly, not visibly, but deeply. Adrian didn't fix everything overnight. He didn't erase the past. But for the first time, he stopped running from it, he stayed, listened. He faced the truth he had avoided. Because sometimes, the hardest voice to hear is your own. And sometimes, life doesn't chase you down, it waits quietly until you're ready to listen. Not everything you lose is gone, some things are just waiting for you to come back.